Hello, I'm Philip Stoten. I'm here at Apex 2019. I'm joined by Rich Heimsch from Totec. Rich, great to see you.
Nice to see you.
Totec have had an interesting year or two with acquisition and lots of stuff going on. What's that meant for business here in the US?
Well, the key to the share acquisition was having a bigger infrastructure for the automated warehouses, which is just continues to grow enormously across Europe, and at some point it will probably take foothold, here in the States. It's a continuous progression, and Europe is still a good 10 years just in front of experience-wise of North America. Lead-free having a lot to do with it, but nonetheless, the awareness of the need for moisture management continues to grow in North America. And so and one of the interesting subsets is long-term storage.
Right.
Military and automotive people have had to keep parts way longer than the manufacturers have given them any guidelines for a lot of years. It took 10, 15, 20 years. But other people are having to now, combination of component shortages and just the fast changeover of product generations, just creates a lot of buy forward, and now it's got to be stored. Well, we actually offer long-term storage as a service in a couple of locations in Europe, and it's enabled us also to better understand some of the things that are involved, and one of those is that you can stop the oxidation that occurs from by removing moisture, but intermetallics continue to grow.
Right.
And after 5 or 6 or 7 years, it can render the inventory useless. And so, in addition to having a lot of fresh data that we've just been publishing, proving kind of once and for all that nitrogen is not necessary, and the reduction of the ambient temperature in the long-term storage will retard the growth of intermetallics, and you got to get a good balance between that and contributing to the growth of tin whiskers. But it's been an interesting dimension of this moisture management thing, as opposed to the surface mount assembly line, keep the floor life, maintain the floor life, reset the floor life, all of which we've continued to progress products to do more and more in a more and more sophisticated way.
I think that materials management is become increasingly important, and people are increasingly vocal and increasingly considering it. What I think is really interesting is when you actually take that and consider that as a service. So actually materials management, materials storage as a service rather than just as a product opportunity. It adds a whole new dimension.
Correct. And obsolescence is a continuous issue. It just is. It's an issue that doesn't get old.
No, it's interesting you say that. And actually, when you look at spare parts, people are looking at 3D printing and all kinds of different opportunities to resolve that issue. So being able to resolve that with components is a key part of the equation.
So we're continuing to grow, continuing to pursue new avenues. The 3D printing materials and maintaining control of those 3D printing materials, most of which are highly hygroscopic and need control, is a subset market, and everybody knows how many different home test kits medically there are now. The production of the immunoassays is still another market for moisture management. So it's continuing to be an exciting place to work in,
and to add value, and that's what we're all trying to do.
Correct.
Rich, pleasure to see you again.
Thanks a lot.
Always good to chat, and enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you.
Will do.